The United States and Iran have a long, contentious relationship, a constant back-and-forth tug-of-war struggle for political power and position. To dive deeper, let's look at the facts. Going all the way back to 1953, after the democratic election of Mohammad Mossadegh, a CIA-supported coup overthrew Mossadegh's government. This led to the transformation of Iran into an autocratic, pro-West monarchy that granted significant Western control over Iran's oil. In 1979, a popular uprising overthrew Iran's king, or Shah, laying the ground for the 1979 U.S. Embassy hostage crisis, which lasted 444 days and deepened the tensions between the two nations. This triggered the first U.S. sanctions on Iran, banning oil imports and freezing government assets. Since then, sanctions have become a cornerstone of bipartisan U.S. policy, following accusations that Iran seeks nuclear weapons and supports what the U.S. considers terrorist organizations. Further distrust between the two countries was created when the U.S. supported Iraq in the Iran-Iraq War from 1980 to 1988, estimated to have killed hundreds of thousands, some with Iraqi chemical weapons. After an Iranian mine nearly sunk a U.S. warship in 1988, the U.S. destroyed 2 Iranian oil platforms, sunk a ship, and accidentally shot down Iran Air Flight 655, killing all 290 passengers. Following 2 years of negotiations, Iran, China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, the United States, and Germany agreed in 2015 to the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, which aimed to monitor and restrict Iran's nuclear program. The International Atomic Energy Agency's safeguard system was to last for up to 15 years in exchange for the lifting of sanctions.
I believe the JCPOA represents a significant gain for verification.
Despite Iran's confirmed compliance with the JCPOA, the Trump administration unilaterally abandoned the deal after 3 years, citing, among other reasons, its failure to address non-nuclear related issues, such as curbing Iran's ballistic missile program. The U.S. reimposed all sanctions and introduced new punitive measures as part of its maximum pressure campaign. A year later, Iran began violating the JCPOA. Negotiations to revive the JCPOA began in April 2021, but stalled in March 2022, reportedly amid Iran demanding the removal of the 2019 U.S. designation of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, as a foreign terrorist organization. There are 3 main narratives about the U.S.-Iran controversy: the progressive narrative, the conservative narrative, and the establishment critical narrative. The conservative narrative says that the U.S. should give Iran a military ultimatum to halt its nuclear weapons program. Thanks to Washington's naivete, Tehran is now on the verge of having enough enriched uranium to produce nuclear weapons. And it's not the JCPOA, with its already tenuous chances of success, but only bold U.S. action that can prevent this. It's time to decisively defend U.S. interests in the Persian Gulf and prove to partners in the region, and Israel in particular, that the U.S. is still a force to be reckoned with. The progressive narrative states that allowing negotiations to fail will only lead to exactly what the West aims to prevent: Tehran getting its hands on a full-fledged nuclear weapon and military escalation. The IRGC's terrorist designation is purely symbolic, as the group remains subject to numerous other U.S. sanctions regardless. What stands in the way of restoring the JCPOA is not technical differences, but political will, which must be overcome for the sake of peace. The establishment critical narrative states that Iran has the legal right to a peaceful nuclear program. Besides, given the economic damage that Washington's unilateral withdrawal from the JCPOA has done to Iran, Tehran should demand significant concessions from the U.S. Not only must all sanctions be lifted, but Washington must provide binding guarantees against new sanctions and another withdrawal from the deal. Otherwise, its benefits will be short-lived at best, since Trump proved that the U.S. can't be trusted to stick to its agreements.